Show me your hands now! Stay there! Stay there! Stay there! Turn around, turn around, turn around.
Wow.
As you told me, you will get...
This is how the police approached News Now Yorkshire while he was quietly standing against the wall, checking his messages and waiting for a friend. Let's now watch the rest of the encounter and see what reasons were given for carrying out this.
Right, it's 5 minutes time, we're detained for a purpose of search under Section 1 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, okay?
No problem.
Brown scene, an officer Johnny has just seen you guys potentially concealing what he believes to be a knife, okay?
No.
My name's PC Matt Clapham, at Suspicious State Police Station, the City of London Police, okay? The purpose of the search is to find what we believe to be a knife, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
No problem,
That's
sir.
the object of the search I'm looking for.
No problem.
A copy of the search record, you've got 30 days to obtain one from the...
No problem, sir. No problem.
Taser's gone away, all right?
Wow. Wow. I'm just waiting for my I was literally
you look
just...
first?
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Got gloves? Yeah, I've got some on me,
No problem.
Have you got anything on you, my friend?
No, mate, I was just waiting for my friend who was talking to that guy there.
Yeah, yeah. So you got
Wow,
nothing
this
sharp?
is crazy. No, nothing at all, no.
Nothing sharp that's going to cause you harm or
Nothing,
injury.
nothing at all.
Anything you shouldn't have on you.
Nothing at all.
Alright. I noticed you've got some cameras on you and a bit of filming. Are you an auditor at all?
No, I was just waiting for my friend who was talking to the guy. He was finding out what this building is. I said, I think it's a university.
So I'll explain to you, okay? See, an Austrian colleague has seen you, potentially, with a knife, okay?
No,
Concealing something.
he didn't, though.
So let's get to this to find a knife.
No problem.
Everything's on camera. I'm going to just pop your stuff in your bag.
No worries. You do what you need to do. Just don't tase me. An auditor from YouTube. That's like financial stuff, isn't it?
Marty Gladra?
That's not me.
Nah. Do apologise. I'm not being here to insult you. Just have a bit of conversation on the phone, you know?
Maybe you should have started with the conversation and not the taser.
Unfortunately,
It doesn't always work like that, so I'm afraid. If we have suspicion someone's got a knife on you, obviously we've got to make snap decisions.
Well, I'd like to know who lied about the knife.
Well, we don't know anyone's lied yet. We haven't
Well,
finished
they
searching.
definitely have. I know they have. I know they have
But
lied.
only you know that. We don't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
People lie to us,
Which
we
is
don't
why I
know that.
understand the search. I get,
Yeah.
I get what you're doing. I do. Someone's told you that I had a knife,
We
but I
have to
would like to
take-
know who lied to you.
Well, we can't release information to you. But it's an off-duty police officer.
I will find out.
We have to obviously take it as facts until we know otherwise.
I will
don't we?
definitely find out who lied, though.
Yeah, yeah, you can do a freedom of information request.
Yeah,
and things
absolutely,
like that.
absolutely.
But we have to take it, especially if it's a colleague of ours, we have to take it as facts
Yeah,
until we know otherwise.
these cuffs are very tight. I'll just let you know.
Yeah,
once the search has been finished.
Yeah, no problem. Just as soon as you can. I'd appreciate that. Can I be uncuffed now?
2 seconds. We're going to just bottom out what's going on inside this loading bay. Obviously, 'cause you've been seen going in and out of it.
But I don't have a knife, which was the initial assessment.
Listen, sir, so we've got to chat to a couple of people.
Yeah, I'm just asking questions, man. That's all.
Yeah, I'm answering your question. If you
Yeah.
want me to answer it.
Go on then.
We've got to chat to a few people to find out
Okay.
what has happened. So if there's a knife in the area, we'll have a little look for it.
Can we adjust the cuffs at least? Because these are really tight. My hands are going numb.
Like I said, you've got to put on you. When there's an indication of a knife, okay, we have to be exceptionally careful, okay?
It's going to be a couple of minutes. My colleague's just chatting to various people, and I assume getting in touch with the officer who called it initially.
Was it the guy in plain clothes that was walking down the street?
I can't tell you, I don't know exactly who it is, to be honest. And if nothing's found, those costs will come off.
This is ridiculous.
Well, it's not ridiculous.
It is.
Why is it ridiculous?
Because I know there's no knife. So you
Yeah,
have
but
to
we
see.
don't know, do we?
Well, you have to see it from my point of view. I know it's ridiculous.
No. You have to
d-
see it from our point of
No,
view.
but you don't know that it's ridiculous yet. But when you realise there's no knife, you will know that it's been ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but from our point of view at the minute, it's not ridiculous. And if someone thinks they saw a knife, then this is exactly how we should be dealing with it.
He's a liar.
No, not necessarily he's a liar.
He's a
If no
liar.
knife is found, he might have seen something else that he thought was a
He
knife.
had no reasonable suspicion to suspect
Well, you
that
don't
I
know
had a
that.
knife.
You can't account for his suspicion.
I can't.
No, you can't.
Well, there was no knife exists.
No, but that's for him to justify, not for
The
you to
knife does not
justify.
exist,
Yeah, yeah. Listen to me, though. That's for him to justify.
but it doesn't exist.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Not really, no.
If he reasonably suspects he saw a knife,
But you can't reasonably suspect that he saw a knife unless he saw something that was either looking like a knife,
well, he can, can't he? Yeah. If he, whatever he's seen on you or your colleague,
my mobile phone.
I don't know what it was, but he has clearly seen something that he suspects is a knife. Now, I can't justify that for him, and you can't
I'm
justify
telling you now,
that
he's
for-
made it up.
He might be wrong,
He's made it
potentially,
up.
but he justifies that, how he justifies that.
Have you ever heard of misfeasance in public office?
Yeah.
Search. For anyone unfamiliar with the term, misfeasance in public office is a legal action taken against a public official who knowingly abuses their position and causes harm. It goes beyond a simple mistake and requires proof that the act was done in bad faith. In this case, the auditor would have to show that the officer knew there was no knife and still made that allegation deliberately to justify the search or to harass or embarrass the person involved. Do you think that is what happened here? And if so, do you believe it could be proven with enough evidence? Let me know your view in the comments. If you were in that situation, what would your next step be?
Doing in there. Once we found out what's going on from the CCTV, sir, then we'll work out a plan from there, all right?
The plan is you let me go, and I go on with my day, and I'm
I don't know
going to
what
go
you've
take some
done in
pictures of
there,
your
or
van.
what's been discarded.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
what's
I
the
do.
plan on that? Yeah? Are you willing to give me your name at all, or any details?
Absolutely not.
No? Okay, it's time, you're not obliged to, but like I said, I'll explain to you, my name's PC Matt Clapham, City London Police, okay? If you don't want to give me your name, okay, but it just makes conversation with you a little bit easier, doesn't it? Yeah.
Maybe you could approach me and ask some questions.
Like I said
nicely.
to you, as I've said to you, okay, my colleague believed you in possession of a knife.
But he's a liar.
Listen, I'm not going to make judgments from that, okay? I have to go on
I'm
the
going to make the
information
judgment.
received,
I'm
okay?
making the judgment.
Okay, that's fair. You're welcome, okay? But
My
you need to
judgment is he's
understand,
a liar.
I have to act on information that's given to me in the best course of that in the time, okay?
He's put you in a really bad situation, though, hasn't he, Matt?
I'm not going to answer that, okay? Like I said, you're free to put a freedom of information request in, and then you can get the details you want off that, okay? In this meantime, you're still detained while we bottom out what's going on,
Awesome.
and then we'll go from there, okay?
Brilliant. And what section have you detained me under?
So it's Section 1 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, okay, to search for an offensive weapon, i.e. a knife.
And what's your justification for that detainment?
Okay, as I explained to you, off-duty officer has seen you in this building, potentially coming out and concealing what he believes to be a knife in your jacket.
Right, Sarge, can I come out of these cuffs yet?
I didn't cuff you, so.
Just thought about what's going on with CCTV in there, just to figure out what I was actually doing. You guys all right?
I've got to go off to a demo.
Hello.
What's going on? We've been up to otherwise today.
Sorry?
We've been up to today.
I'm not going to talk to you in a friendly manner, mate. Not when you've got me in cuffs and pointing tasers at me.
I haven't got a taser. I haven't put you in cuffs.
I'm talking about you as a force.
Okay, that's fair enough then. You don't have to say anything. I'm just trying to be friendly.
Yeah.
Keep it calm. Keep it chill.
Yeah. Cool. I respect that. He's been released. Can I be released now?
I don't know what's going on. I think we're doing full checks to make sure.
I'm still in cuffs and he's out of cuffs. Matt, can I be released yet? Because he's out of cuffs now.
2 seconds.
No, I asked Matt, not you, Sarge.
Do you have a number? Quick phone call.
Why is one in cuffs and one not in cuffs?
That's up to the officer's discretion.
Nothing to do with.
I'm not talking to you, Sarge.
Well, I'm just answering you because I know the law.
Why are you pulling me? Why are you pulling me? Why are you pulling me? But you could have asked.
I'm going to just. They've been seen going in and out of this building.
No, they have not.
That's what I've been told by. Well, he's at cuffs.
They haven't been in that building at all.
Well done, mate.
Ashford, keep hold of him. Keep hold of him.
So now they're saying that we've been inside the building. The good and bad of policing. You've got the right arm, the bad, pointing tasers at people, and you've got the left arm, the good, having a nice conversation.
Looking into the basement area of the back of the building is suspicious behaviour.
Suspicious is not against the law.
No, it isn't. It gives us ground.
You said a knife at first.
Don't get the thing, man.
Right, so that's
You've
where
already done that.
No, we haven't. We searched on section 1 because we were told there was a knife. So you haven't
Not with your searches. So you don't need searches again then.
You're taking images. You're looking at this
Sarge,
within the back of the building. That's suspicious behaviour. And for me, that is covered under section.
This is the moment when the situation shifts from being questionable yet still within procedure to something much more concerning. The Section 1 search produced no results because no knife was found on either man. Officers checked CCTV, reviewed the area, and spoke to nearby witnesses, but nothing supported the original allegation. Despite this, both men were still kept detained. At that point, serious doubts began to arise over whether the officers were acting in a reasonable or proportionate way. If that was not enough, the sergeant then tried to justify a second search under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, claiming that looking at cars in the basement was suspicious behavior. That reasoning appears highly doubtful and gives the impression that the second search lacked proper justification.
It's all for intelligence purposes.
If I'm obliged to level,
You're not obliged, but are you willing to give us your details at all?
If I'm not obliged,
to.
I don't
Not
want
obliged, but I just want it voluntarily. You're going to give
No,
them
wait
some?
there,
No?
then.
Okay, not a drama.
Here's another
Alright, listen, are you listening?
If we don't,
I'm going to get that to that now, okay?
right,
Listen,
if we
mate.
don't,
Listen.
listen, because he's just said we're not obliged. We're not obliged.
He's told you
I
you're not
wanna-
obliged.
Right, so if we do give them, then what happens then?
Right, so I do not suspect Section 43 of the Terrorism Act right now. I have bottomed out with security in this building that you were just poking your heads through, filming. What your purpose is, I don't know. I do not believe we have enough of the Terrorism Act, okay? I'm sure you guys are auditing and you know the law a lot better than me, don't you? Because you read it up a lot. Secondly, I believe you're an auditor on YouTube that I've seen before, okay? So what will happen now, you're going to be let go, but I'd strongly suggest, obviously, if you are filming and auditing, to be exceptionally careful with what you're doing, because you will get called back again, and it's likely you'll be detained and searched, okay?
You'll treat us fairly, won't you?
Listen, that's what we've done now, haven't we?
No.
So Matt, now that you don't suspect anything, can I come out of these
Of
cuffs,
course
please?
I can, and that
Thank
was
you
what I
very
was going
much.
to get to.
Yeah.
Okay?
So that's what I was.
No, that's someone in contact. It's someone in contact. Get off me, man.
Let go. Listen.
I'll give you that
Listen.
contact on.
Will you get off my arm? Get off my arm.
Calm down.
He's already said he doesn't suspect anything. Let go of my arm.
Calm, fella.
Now, here we go.
Thank you. Move.
Now, what I'd say, just a gentle reminder as well, with the drone.
I don't need your reminder.
Okay, just a bit of advice for you. There's a no-fly zone in the city in Westminster, so if you fly the drone, you are likely to obviously get in trouble for that. Okay?
I'm a licensed drone pilot. I'm well aware of the drone regulations.
Okay, I'm just trying to give you some advice, okay? Just so
I don't
you
need your
get in
advice.
trouble, okay? Obviously, we've had
I'm going to
this-
give you some advice. Make sure that the person that's talking to you is not lying next time.
Right. Yeah, if you want copies of body worn, if you go to, I believe it's
Did you-
FOI.
Did you tell him you were recording?
I did. I said it's all on body worn, okay? Being recorded.
Well, they're never. The way I got trapped, look at my wrists, man, and now I've been out the pubs a good 10 minutes.
So as I explained to your friend there, okay, with the handcuffs, okay, they do leave some red marks, but they fade over time, in a couple of hours.
You tighten the left-hand side one.
So did they say what grounds you were searched on? Was it section 1? Police
Section 1, I
yeah.
believe. And then we'll try to go down section 43, weren't you?
So my name's Matthew Farraham. Okay, my warrant number's 13518, okay? So that is my details. Obviously, your friend there, sorry, has got my email address.
You don't realise that you've made a big mistake and you know it if you said you use that.
I've said I can't comment on that. Listen, okay, I can't comment on that. Okay, I just deal with what I've come across, okay, and what's being relayed to me, okay? Obviously, if you've got any questions...
Let me tell you this, though. You've had a call to say that there's 2 or 3 males, I'm just listening to you,
Matt.
right, that you've come across, I mean, that...
Told you what I was doing.
Yeah.
Right, listen. So you've had a report that there's 2 or 3 males brandishing, sorry. Right. Then you've come and searched it, right? Found out that there's nothing on me or my possessions, and I'm surmising the same with him. And then you started wanting to go down section 43.
Now,
So
listen,
where does
okay.
it go from a knife to section 43?
That was not my decision, okay? I made a phone call to bottom out what was going on. I made some inquiries with the people working here, okay? It's at the officer's discretion what they want to do, okay? I believe, at the time, in dealing with you, after I'd done a bit of inquiries with this building and making some phone calls, that I was convinced that 43 was not the route to go down, okay? I acted under section 1, use of power, because that was the information related at the time. As you know, officers have to account for their decisions and their actions at the time, don't they?
Yeah,
Which
and-
has all been explained to you, okay, under the section 1 bit, okay?
Yeah, also,
Obviously,
let me tell you.
that's why I came back here and I got you all together to explain no 43
I
and go from there.
appreciate that, and appreciate
No,
that.
and that's what I'm trying to do. I know initially we started off on a high, we take it down a bit, we'll
we
talk it
started
down.
off on that, right? So you're all rushed out at first, right? And stood there, and what's going on? You're all getting out, taser.
That guy pointed a firearm at me and he didn't even apologise.
One more thing.
Like I said, I can't account for other officers or what their actions are, okay? Everything
Matthew.
does have to be judged.
What do I do about my 5p? Because I'm 5 pence short now.
One sec, let's just deal with this and I'll deal with you, okay?
Right, one more thing.
Yep.
They did tell us that the sergeant told us that it was an off-duty or a plainclothes police officer that has phoned up and reported seeing a knife. Therefore, when we go to a solicitor,
Yep.
I hope that it's all locked anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all locked.
It was the
okay?
guy in the
So
green
I'm
top that were walking down here.
Right.
So obviously, like I
Is it
said,
proper?
Yeah.
if you do go to
Yeah,
the
it was him.
solicitor, obviously you have to go through the freedom of information route, which the solicitors know loads about. We do have a freedom
We
of
do.
information
We do.
department in the city, okay?
We know
If you go on our
that.
police, if you go on our website, City London Police, there's a bit on there about comments, complaints, and contact us,
No, we
and
won't-
they
no
can
one
go
will
through
be
there to
complaining.
talk
No
to
one
us.
will be
No?
complaining.
Cool. Right, with your 5p, I didn't see a 5p when you searched her. When I go back and do my stop and search report, I'll look for the body worn and see if anything's fallen out, and then I can contact you when you've emailed
Are
me.
you going to post
and
me?
then see
Are you
where
going
it
to
is.
post me it back?